Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Monster Strike, let's look at level 22 of the Kinki Level. And this one's interesting because it's kind of a combination of two high-level quests, Armageddon and Devadatta. So, if we pull on our guy, we can see the swords on our teammates. We need to hit our teammates first before we hit the guys, because they'll give us a power-up. Which will give us enough strength to actually do damage to them. And then, as we can see with the Devadatta, the HP of these orbs are linked to the actual mini-boss or boss. So yeah, by doing damage to the orbs, we take away damage from that enemy meter, and then we can take him down that way. If we take down all of the little guys without taking down the mini-boss will change from intangible to tangible, and then we can do direct damage to the boss. Gimmicks here are gravity barriers and damage walls, and then of course we want the wood characters. So I'm using 2 of Oriol, and then 1 of Niburengen, and then Satan Alpha. Satan Alpha, he has the no null gimmicks, so he's risky to use. But he's got all those slayers, and then he can do like real good concentrated damage if your positioning is good. But if we take down the wizard guys, they will improve the efficacy of the weak points of some of the enemies on screen. So that's one of the first things that we want to do every stage, is take down those wizards. And then the pre-boss stages and the boss stages, they play a little bit differently. In these pre-boss stages, we want to get through the little guys as quickly as possible, because the mini-boss will have a countdown timer in the center. If that reaches 0, then we are dead. But yeah, with the boss alone, we can get in between the wall and then hit the weak point. And then we really need to hit that weak point, because this all the mini-bosses and then the bosses have a ton of HP. So yeah, either like the turn before, we can do like a 45-degree angle and then get in the side, or we can do like the one just now, where we do a real shallow angle, and then get on the side of Armageddon. That shallow angle where you barely get in there is going to do much more damage because you get more concentrated hits on the weak point. But if the boss is low on HP, like really low, you can go ahead and do the 45-degree angle. And then that's how you take down the mini-boss or boss with direct attacks. But I would say it's easier to take down them doing damage through the orbs. So if you have a good shot on an orb, and you have a teammate, along the way to that shot, that might be a good chance to use your strike shots, your speed and power up strike shots, so you can do great damage to the boss, just like we did there. Here we see the Triceratops for the first time. They have a one-hit KO, so we do want to take them down by the time their highest count attack comes out. But yeah, that stage went very smoothly because we could do most of the damage to the mini-boss with the attacks on the orbs. Alright, to clear the field here a little bit, I'm going to use Oriol's strike shot. And then now, with most of the little guys gone, we can do kind of more concentrated attacks. And then with Satan Alpha, I want to use his strike shot as little as possible, because I want to save it for when I have a really good chance to do damage. Okay, so that shot turned out even better than I was anticipating, but very good damage on the boss. And then, because all the mini-bosses and bosses have so much HP, I used a Waku Waku stick to put a Cutthroat Avelberry on Oriol, the first one there. And then I used the metal item to do an additional 10% damage to little guys and then the boss every stage. And that really helped in here. It's like, yeah, maybe a quarter of the boss's life gone. Okay, so as we can see, we have 6 turns left until the ultimate attack here. So we do have a little bit of leeway. Well, let's try to get that 45-degree angle in there. Alright, we got a little bit. Okay, so here I have Satan Alpha. He can't really do anything here, so we'll just kind of spend a turn. And then here, let's try to grab the hearts, hit our teammates, and then take down the boss. Not quite. Alright. I found this mission difficult overall. More difficult than 21, for sure. But I did enjoy doing it, because you can use mostly bounce characters, and yeah, I like bounce characters. Alright, so here we have a bunch of wizards. Let's try to take them down first. Okay, we got one. And then here in the boss stages, the way that it's different from the mini-boss stages, we see that countdown marker in the center of Armageddon. Once we take down all of the other little guys, that counter will reset to 4. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you take down all of the little guys when Armageddon's at 8 or 1. It'll still go to 4. So yeah, you'll have 4 turns to do damage to the boss. And that's really not that much. Every single turn has to count. So as much as possible, you do want to do all the damage you can through these orb guys. Okay, but we took down all of the wizards, so that will increase the weakness a little bit. Nibidengen is nice as a pierce because it doesn't matter like which way the weak point is showing on the orb. She can get at them, so. She's not going to do crazy damage though, like bounce characters that get stuck in a weak point though. She has a delay strike shot, which is super helpful in here, especially when the boss is by itself. Okay, I didn't have a lot of good chances to do great damage into the orbs, so we're going to have to do about, what is that, like 40% of the boss's HP when he's here. And yeah, as we saw there, his center countdown got reset to 4 when he became tangible here. So let's hope for a miracle shot here. Excellent. Yeah, only the 4 turns, the 1 round. Very, very strict. Every turn has to count. But that first turn from Oriola did a lot of damage, so that bought us a little bit of leeway. But still, I'm going to need pretty much every turn here. Yeah, even with criticals, without hitting the teammates, you're not going to do a lot of damage there. And then here I'm going to take down the boss. Not going to use the strike shot, so I am going to take damage from the damage walls. But I thought it was worth it in order to further charge up Satan Alpha strike shot. Okay, second of 4 boss stages. This is a long boss sequence. Okay, we got 1 wizard. Did some damage to the Triceratops. Hit my teammate, hit some guys, that's fine. Okay, so here we have a kind of a exposed weak point on the upper left there. That's a really good chance to do good damage on the boss. I wasn't able to take advantage of it there though. Okay, Satan here, he's completely safe from all of the gimmicks, so we'll do just up and down, get rid of that orb. 1 turn left on the Triceratops before the 1-hit KO, so definitely want to take him down. Okay, and then 5 turns until we have to take down that orb. This could be a good chance to stall, but my HP was getting low, so I just went ahead and got rid of him. Okay, Armageddon will move to the side. This is much more difficult to get at than if he's in the corner. This Audio is in okay position. She can't do good damage herself, but if there are other characters that go into that narrow area, they'll get that power up from her, so... Let's put Satan Alpha in there. Excellent. And he picks up the guide for everybody, so that's awesome. This is not my Satan Alpha, this is a friend's. But there were not any Audio or Nibidengens in my friends list, and I felt like that this balance of party was better. I wouldn't recommend bringing 2 of Satan Alpha into here. That would be too many dead turns, I think. Okay, lots of orbs here. So no wizards, so there's no way that we can improve the weak points. The best case scenario is to have an improved weak point, and then have like a bounce character like starting right next to the orb, sandwiched by some other enemy on the other side, and another of your teammates in there with you. So you can do everything in there at once without having to really move. But that situation is not going to come too often, so we gotta make do otherwise. Okay, we'll shoot into the corner here. I should have done a little bit more to the right. But still 6 turns left on Armageddon's counter, so we have some time. These orbs do some damage, though. Okay, but as we are doing damage to all of these orbs, you know, we're taking damage away from the boss at the same time. So by the time he comes out, we should be okay. Here I could use Satan's strike shot, but I'm not going to do that, so I can save it for later. Still got that leeway on the counter there, so we'll take down the orb with Audio here instead. Okay. Okay, thankfully Armageddon moves to the corner, so this is another slightly easier stage. And then again, the center counter there goes to 4. Okay, Nibidengen is in there. That'll be easy to, you know, activate the power-up with her. The wind is very annoying in this stage, because if it blows all of your guys into the walls, it makes it much more difficult to hit them first, while still getting a good angle on the boss. And then here I was really debating whether to use Satan's Strike Shot. Of course I want to save it for the next stage. I could go down, hit Audio, and then come up and then get the weak point. But if that didn't work out, if I hit the damage wall a bunch and I died, so yeah, just to be on the safe side, I ended up using it here. Okay, and turns out I didn't end up, or I didn't get inside the boss on the right there anyway, so I might have died from the damage walls. Okay, last stage. Again, let's take down the Triceratopses first. I'm gonna save my strike shots with Audio. It would be nice to use here, you know, to get some speed and then get around more, take down more guys. But yeah, I do want to start using strike shots into the orb things. With Nibidengen, take down the other 2 wizards. Improve those weak points. Okay, that wasn't a regular bound, but that's actually great positioning in order to set up my teammates so that they can get access to that improved weak point. For some insurance, we'll just take down the other side there with Satan. Didn't need the strike shot. And then with Oriol, finally, let's use her strike shot. Give her the speed and power up. We'll hit the other Oriol, get the power up. And then we'll sandwich ourselves in between the orb and then the Triceratops and do mega damage on the boss and take him down. Alright, so that was I think that was a good illustration of a run. I showed both methods. Taking down all the little guys and then doing concentrated damage on the boss when he's alone. And then doing like proxy damage, going after the orbs there at the very end. Okay, pretty difficult, but Satan Alpha is very fun in there. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.